Dilly the body snatcher right here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
Now, Riyad Mahrez is a Algerian winger who plays for Premier League side Manchester City. Now, I don't follow football too much lately. Listen, I'm a Newcastle United fan, not too much to really get me into it anymore. But either way, I know who he is, and he's a very, very good player. Now, of course, he's married. He's been married since 2015 to his wife, Rita, and they have a couple of children. He's a devout Muslim, so of course he doesn't go out drinking and partying and all that kind of thing, but he doesn't seem to stop his wife from going out and what have you. And his wife, Rita, went out with a couple of his sisters to a nightclub, to a spot where a lot of footballers go to, especially from Manchester City and others. And she happened to bump into Deontay Wilder. Now, I have no idea whether or not she's a boxing fan. I'm presuming maybe she is, which is why these guys were talking. And apparently that these guys were talking for quite some time. And a lot of people were seeing it as quite flirtatious. In fact, somebody mentioned about it, and this is what they had to say. They were chatting intently, laughing and joking. You could see there was chemistry there and a real connection. But because of where it was, a lot of people noticed how well they seemed to be getting along. It's a club full of footballers and wags, which even some of Riyad's teammates go. Rita was actually on a night out with Riyad's sisters, who she really gets on with. And they did not appear to be happy with what was going on. One even seemed to go and get Rita and take her away from Deontay, who was, of course, trying to keep with her. There was a bit of a tug of war over her affections, which, of course, a few people witnessed. So, first of all, with people on the outside looking in, it seems that Deontay Wilder, while the cats are away, the mice will play, okay? I'm presuming that Deontay Wilder's wife was back home in Alabama with the kids. Of course, he's been over here in the UK doing some kind of like Q&As and some promotional work and things like that. So, of course, he happened to be on a night out. Maybe, you know what? Nobody knows me here. Why not? Maybe that was his thinking. Or maybe he was just having an innocent conversation. He just happened to be getting along with her. Maybe he's a football fan and they're talking about football. Maybe she's a boxing fan and they're talking about boxing. Maybe they're talking about neither or. But fact is, nothing happened other than a bit of harmless flirting by looks of it. But either way, it does appear that Riyad he's apparently quite devastated about the fact that his wife was in fact flirting with Deontay Wilder. And I'm pretty sure Deontay Wilder's, is he married? I don't know whether he's married or he's engaged or whatever. But as soon as she finds out about this, she, of course, isn't going to be very happy either. And, of course, he's going to be asking some serious questions of Deontay Wilder. Now, I'm not going to be throwing him or her under the bus. It could just be quite innocent. These guys just happen to be chatting very, very well. Okay, they seem to have some kind of chemistry where they just connected in some way, but nothing more than that. Neither one of them wanted to take it a step further than what it needed to be. But, of course, with a lot of people being there, it's going to cause a lot of tongues wagging. And, of course, the teammates of Riyad, where obviously there's like a lot of, in football, it's like a man's sport. So there'll be like a lot of joking, a lot of ribbing in the changing rooms, on the training ground, all that kind of thing, where some of them will be saying to him, where's your wife and things like that. So they're probably going to be winding him up and teasing him. So, of course, he ain't going to be happy with the fact that even though it could well have been totally innocent and nothing happened, but the fact is, tongues wag. And if he's a devout Muslim, which apparently he is, reputation is really going to hurt him, isn't it? That his wife is going to be doing that kind of behaviour. But either way, that's what's going on. I'll put the article in the description box for you guys. But either way, nothing really happened other than these guys seem to be getting along quite well. A lot of people were noticing that these guys were getting on quite well. Obviously, they know who Rita is and who's her husband, of course, because as I said before, this is a club where a lot of the Manchester City players go to, and their wags, as in their wives, will also go to, and that as well. So either way, tongue's been wagging, and apparently he's not very happy. He's quite devastated that quite clearly whatever was going on, maybe it's been twisted. You know how people like to twist things, and maybe he's now got a bit of a doubt over the loyalty of his wife. Who knows? Anyway, drop your thoughts below about it. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.